Conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD. And
water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve, because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. The numbers for Jeffrey from last week: 6 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch everyone thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category. And Jeffrey's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
First down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. One of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
He's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff how to slow him down, but at some point they just have to take account of themselves and say, I gotta get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32.
A loss of 6 yards.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score Cowboys 22.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them. Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before you get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice.
You never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Reed on the tackle.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cowboys. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. If things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
And he'll get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. From the 27, Wentz. Jeffrey with the catch left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking for Rager again. This time he's got it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Eagles.
From midfield, here's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson.
Wentz's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz again. And that will be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 22.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
Good spot. Maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
That's crazy.
He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. So now, yet again, the Cowboys are going to line up here to go for 2. And this is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. In one play, 75 yards end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tight. That that means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
To go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense continues to pour it on. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards. Offense ready to give us another look. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. That'll be caught. Rager with it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
This is taken at about the 14. 13 yards the tally on the return down. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Intercepted by the Eagles. They'll take over.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Philadelphia.
So they'll Wentz now to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 17. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. Here's a toss coming right. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Wentz's pass.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And an Eagles first.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though, so maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game, he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do.
A great effort there. 54 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. There we go now as they will again try for 2. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into the
offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Charles, what a slacker. 5 sacks last week. Took him all the way to the 2nd quarter to get one. And here in this one.
And just think about all the planning that went into this game to try and keep him from getting to the quarterback. After 1 quarter, maybe they exhaled and thought, hey, we got this. Oh, no, you don't. You got to come up with another plan, more looks, maybe even more bodies to keep him out of the backfield. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brings up a third.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Derek Barnett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
To the running back.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. And Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again.
Carson Wentz.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Roby-Coleman, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. This ball complete to Rager.
Wentz's
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 44-yard line.
Throwing now is Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. He's been pretty quiet here in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. That's the good news. But do you think they get him more involved going forward?
I think that they do, and that's what they always want to do because he's such a priority and he's such a big-time playmaker. But sometimes defenses take that away, and they've been able to find another way to get it done themselves.
Yeah, they absolutely have. They're winning, and look at the scoreboard right now. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Quarterback taken down.
Maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of control. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. 20. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys head on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. So that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Wentz.
Carson Wentz. A loss of 9 yards.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he fields it cleanly. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Kirschman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving again to everybody at home as we take a look ahead to what's coming up both later today and this weekend. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium, as that promises to be a tight one. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Tennessee Titans. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
For Dallas.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Brooks Reed was able to find his way to the QB. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, Wentz. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look at that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the the gun on third down. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. This is taken at the 18. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to be one of the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
This is just... unreal.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
A gain of 7.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. On 1st down, Coleman. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It was 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Wentz's pass intended for Alshon Jeffrey.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, the 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there, 94 yards. And this this offense continues to pour it on. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
25-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently...
And out now come the Eagles. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Brooks Reed picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to have your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brooks Reed able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Jackson now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Deshaun Jackson on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said... hasn't been working. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sand. Brooks Reed, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Wentz. And quickly finding Rager. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Wentz on 3rd down, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Bearing this one out for Evans. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line by the Eagles.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The ball carrier.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cowboys. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
25-yard line.
Wentz going to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Shreds the tackle. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Play to the running back.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
3-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
Good for a
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 14 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
Now here comes the Dallas defense as they work their way back onto the field. They got a little steam following the interception the last time they were out there, Charles.
And they want to keep that going now because once you get one, he wanted to multiply and turn into a bunch more. And right now, they're putting up their version of a no-fly zone.
No-fly zone. I like that. We had a flyover before the game.
Yeah, but this time, they would intercept it.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. I wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Eagles.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Wentz's pass.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And
Again, it's Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Jordan, that incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pulled in at the 24. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Richard Sherman.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Wentz again. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wentz to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Loss of 6 yards. And
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And now they're in the hurry up. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Incomplete in the
Evans once again the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes airing this one out for Evans, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's got Evans. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
yards to go.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
At their own 31-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. On first down, Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, are you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in trouble.
That's good.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over first and 10.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, here's Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
33-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Evans, once again, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wentz to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Brooks Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. Which I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
No, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there. He's got it at the 15. And he'll get this inside Philly's 20 before being taken down.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The throw right side is complete here in the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
1st down, Eagles.
On 1st down, Wentz. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And an Eagle 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. muscle your guys to the line and get them set. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw is Wentz. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Wentz now on 1st down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One final try now for Wentz. And he will